first of all, the video for the promo video that you did in the
Oh,
bathroom,
yeah. Yeah,
dude, who came up with that?
yeah. uh, that was Nick Eco, so Chevy Bass from Mood Swing Chevy Bass. We
Yeah.
got together. We had bounced a couple of ideas around, and I had one idea which was like this big sort of skit, but we just didn't have the capabilities to do it. And he was like, "Why don't we just like do some music together or something?" Like he said like what we should do in the kitchen, and I was like, "Oh, it'd be funny if we were just like together in the bathroom because that's a little bit gayer." And then and then yeah, we literally like I went down to his house in the Gold Coast. We wrote it, performed it, and then edited it in one day. And I was like, oh, I can't spend much more time than that on it. So we'll just get out there and see what happens. And that's
Yeah.
often the best, when you don't overthink stuff. You just go, let's just fucking do it and get out there. The more you think about stuff, it's often you'll ruin it. It's like food, you keep tasting
Yeah.
it, going, I'll add this and all that, and eventually, like, I should have left it how it was. So yeah, we just kind of did it quickly, and I think it came up all right.
Was it difficult getting the right crack off the bum cheek? Did you have to kind of practice?
That was surprisingly that was the easiest part.
Now, how would you rate his bum on a scale of 1 to 10? Are we
Oh,
up there?
firm, I'd say.
That's firm.
Firm and delightful,
Now,
definitely. You could hear the resonance in the room. It was a I'd say it's like more like a piccolo snare than a bass drum.
mate. So who came up with the concept of the block party? Because I literally only a few minutes before this interview took a closer look at it and realized that the block party thing is actually the name of the band. I thought this was your headlining show.
No, 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 no. So the Block Party is it's an event that Mood Swing Chevy Bass have been putting on for years. So
Hmm.
like maybe I think once a year. They usually tour it. They do Sydney and Melbourne as well. And so this is the first time they've done it at the Triffid. I think they've done it at the Rumpus Room. So started small. It was just like a little thing where a bunch of DJs would get together, have a bit of a party. We've been mates with them for ages, and I've seen them at festivals heaps of times. I've gotten up and played guitar with them.
Hmm.
Chevy Bass is in one of our film clips. Like we were mates for 20 years, and I love going to the block parties. It was always a really good time. And then one night when we were just playing pool and having a drink, Dizzy, who's Mood Swing, he was like, "Man, I've got this dream of just getting you guys involved, like getting you guys on the bill because it's always just the same shit. It's just like electronic DJs always." And he goes, "You guys are nothing like us, but I feel like there's a crossover there. And for our fans who go along to all these gigs and just see the same thing over and over, I think they would really love to see something different. And your fans who like music that's like eclectic and weird and fun, they'll dig us as well." So, and I was like, man, I'm all for it because I'm like I love all the bands that we play with, but generally we always end up playing with a local metal band, and we're not a
Hmm.
metal band. We're not a metal band, and we can't always find something that's not that you'd find something similar, but sometimes I'm like, let's just get like a yacht funk band, or like let's
Yeah.
get a country duo, or just something to make our fans just be like, this is different and cool and weird. And
Yeah.
so I've always thought this. So when he suggested that, I was like, man, that's fucking perfect because, our fans will dig it because they play funky, funky shit. They get up in like sequined outfits. They've got a saxophone player. They've got a cellist on stage. They've got a percussionist. It's more than just like a guy just pressing play on a laptop. It's a real performance. And for us, like I think their fans will dig us because yes, we play heavy music, but there's most people who listen to basically most people listen to any sort of music have a wide variety of interests. If you listen to electronic music, doesn't mean you only listen to techno or dance or house. And especially people of our age who grew up in the 90s. I
Hmm.
think most of those people will dig our sound. So I think it's going to be like a really interesting and fun gig all round for our fans, for their fans, and it's just going to bring something really different to the table. So the
Hmm.
block party is the event itself, and that's been around for a while. Mood Swing and Chevy Bass, they kind of pitched it to us as co-headliners, and
Hmm.
we're like, we're old cunts. We were like, we don't want to play at 11 o'clock at night. Sorry. So we were like, we'll go second last. Well, I don't care. You can call it. You can say whatever you want. You can say co-headline. You can say you're headlining. We don't mind. But we don't feel like playing till 1 in the morning because that's their bread and butter. They do festivals and they'll start at midnight and play till 2 in the morning. And the thought
How?
of that to us is like, I know we're
Oh,
like, oh God, there's no way that's happening. So
yeah.
I think we're playing. I think like 9:30 till 10:30, and they're on like 10 to 11 till midnight or something. And I'm like, go for it, guys! Like, you can headline. You can take that for sure. Like, my bedtime these days is 10 o'clock. So if we're playing after that, I'll be absolutely wrecked. I'll hang around and watch them, but to get up and perform that late, I'll just be
Yeah.
fucking wrecked. Like, yeah.
It's interesting. You brought up, we were talking about the Osaka Punch sound before. I have had enormous fun in the past trying to describe how Osaka Punch sounds and
Oh yeah,
having a
yeah.
brilliant time like, oh, what would happen if Mike Patton and the Red Hot Chili Peppers discovered Meshuggah or something, like just or
That's
some
nice. Yeah,
mainstream
don't mind
Yes
that.
band. Like, yeah,
I might put that on our next poster. Thanks for that.
do it. You're welcome.
Stolen.
I can come up with 20 more. I love this shit. But
Yeah.
how the hell would you describe a Sucker Punch's sound to someone who has never heard you? And you can't say, "Oh, we just sound like a Sucker Punch," because that's such a cop out. I hate it.
Yeah. No, I generally say that we're kids who, grew up in the 90s, and so our musical tastes sort of started and ended there.
Mm,
And so if you mix together all of our favorite bands from the 90s, it's not everyone's favorite 90s, like I wouldn't put Shania Twain in there,
yeah,
but I'd certainly say when I talk to people, like depends on who I'm talking to. If I know that they're not, if they're too young to know, or if they're like a real estate agent, for example, and I'm getting the sense that they probably didn't listen to Incubus or Mr. Bungle,
yeah,
I'll generally say like, oh, it's like happy heavy. So if you imagine Red Hot Chili Peppers with distorted guitars, and they go, oh, I know Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I'm like, well, you're 10% of the way there, so
yeah.
that's a good start, you know. But when you're talking to someone who knows, I'll be like, oh man, like we generally just try and sound we sound like who we love, which is Mr. Bungle, Tool, Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down, Faith No More, and if they know who that is, and if they already know who that is, then generally they're going to be like, oh yeah, cool, well I'm down with that. Or early Incubus is a good one as well. But of course we try and, I mean, the reason that we have the sound we do is because we, as band members, all listen to completely different shit to each other. So I don't listen to as much metal anymore. I used to listen to a lot more heavy stuff. Nowadays I listen to a lot more funk and soul, neo soul, hip hop. And
Mhm.
so now when Crispy comes to me with some like chug and riff, whereas I used to back maybe 20 years ago, if I heard a riff like that, I'd be like, oh, what would Mike Patton do? But now I don't really. I also don't like the fact that if the guitar sounds a little bit like Faith No More and then the vocals sound a little bit like Faith No More, then you're just going to sound like a tribute band. So now when I listen to a track or something that gets presented, I'm like, what would Stevie Wonder have done over that?
Mm.
Or something like that. I try and picture something else, and then I put that on, and then that'll just spark a little bit of inspiration, and then from there I can take it in any direction that I want. But I try to attack it from a different position than like, oh, what would Brandon Boyd from Incubus have done with that? Because then we'll just sound like Incubus. So that, I think that's why that flavor sort of mixes together and sounds a little bit different, because I'm trying not to sound too much like our influences, even though clearly we do.
You're like, what would Brandon Boyd do? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, take off his shirt, probably.
Yeah. I
Go
generally do take
surfing.
my shirt off when I'm writing music, just for that Brendan Boyd flavor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good man,
I
good man.
draw a six pack on too.
Nice, yeah. Got to get the shading in with the permanent marker, very
Oh
important.
yeah, for sure.
So, mate, what of all the things that didn't suck, or of all the things that did suck in 2023, that one of the things that sucked the least was the album mixtape. In fact, it
Oh,
sucked the
thanks, bro.
second least, the second less least. It was my runner-up, I think, for the best album. Or maybe it was my
Oh
best album. I
wow,
can't remember, but it was something. I'll tag you in it. It
wow.
was
What was the
good.
best? What was the best album?
That is a really good.
Look,
You know what? I'm gonna fucking look it up while I'm here.
yeah, look it up. I want to have a listen.
Sensory Overload. Now it came out 23, yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Sensory Overload, the best of 23. There we go. I'm going to be really embarrassed if it turns out that it was like, oh yeah, I meant to, but then I forgot. Wait, no,
Nah.
10 tracks,
Fine.
no, boring. We don't care about that. What do we care about? We care. There it is. You were. Oh, you were the winner. All right. There's correction.
Oh,
You were the
shit.
runner-up. You were the runner-up. There were two. There was winner and there was runner-up, and you guys got runner-up.
Yeah.
Who won?
Amazing.
Who beat you? Oh, you get. Oh, do you know the band Death Cult? Do you know Thingo from
No.
Kelly Lloyd from Screamfeeder?
Oh, okay, yeah. I know Scream Feeder, but I don't know Death Cult.
Okay.
I'll have to have a listen.
Death Cult are a very, very heavy shoegaze. Like My Bloody Valentine, just riffs the size of a fucking weather formation. You're gonna love it.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah,
I can guarantee Crispy's heard it. He listens to fucking absolutely everything. But I'll have to have a look. Death Cult. What's the name of the album? Have you got it there?
Future of Illusion or something of Illusion.
So sweet.
Yeah, man.
My surprise. I'm not sure if it came out 2023 or if it came out last year. It might have come out last year, but I'm not sure. I discovered it last year. Was Sleep Token's album "Take Me Back to Eden"? Have you heard that album?
I have. Recently, I'd missed them for years, probably the same as you. Yeah.
Same, yeah. I was like off the record just the next 2 seconds. I was on acid, back on the record, and I had to listen to Sleep Token. And usually Tool is like takes me on a journey, you know, like I've got a trippin' playlist of all the best music I've heard that I know would be good on headphones over the last 20 years. And I've just like, every time I hear a song where I'm like, that would be fucking good, I put it in my playlist. And then when I'm tripping, I listen to the playlist. Any songs that don't make the cut, I take back off. And so I've refined this playlist over the last 20 years. It's fucking good. I can share it with you if you like.
Yeah.
You even if you just get stoned and have a listen to it with headphones on, it'll blow your dick off. And I just somebody said, "Oh, you got to hear this song by Sleep Token." I chucked it on, and me and my missus, we had listened to this one song, and we were just like, it was can't remember what it was called, but it's the second song on the album, and it's ridiculous. And she was just like, "More of that, please." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." We listened to the whole album from start to finish, and I've not been surprised by music in a very long time. You know, like usually once you hear a song or two, you're like, "Oh, I know where they're going," but so many times, like the guitars ring out, and I'm like, are they going to go, is it going to be the heaviest shit ever, or are they going to go into like some electronic trap, or is it going to be like some crazy sad shit about fucking, you know, how he's lost his missus? Or it was just like every twist and turn, I was like absolutely blown away. So yeah, that was I'm not sure what year that came out, but I just realized.
I believe it was either 22 or 23, and it's really interesting because it was only when we got offered to review their recent one, even in Arcadia, that I was like, oh shit. All right, well, I need to review it because obviously, you know, this is going to be a really in-demand thing, and it's, you know, it's important content. So I was like, shit, I need to go and listen to Sleep Token. I listened to all of them, and big deep voice, and I liked the fact that some of the tracks, it sounds like a heavy version of Kid A by Radiohead, like.
Oh, fully, yeah, totally. Yeah, so, you can definitely hear the English. You can hear the Englishness in there for sure. That Brit pop vibe, but then like brutal. Yeah, I listened to the new album. It was I thought it was okay, but maybe it's because I wasn't tripping. But the album, but that album, Take Me Back to Eden, is just like blown me away. I haven't actually listened to it much since, so maybe I don't know. Maybe it's even not even that good. But that particular moment, it took me on an absolute journey. So yeah, that was probably my favorite album I've heard in a while. Anyway, sorry. I digress.
Did you hear, did you see Clown Call when they came down?
No.
Are you familiar with Clown Call?
No.
I will send you a link to this art. It's literally two guys wearing boiler suits and clown masks. One is a drum kit and synths, and the other is, I believe, saxophone. And they are playing. It goes from like electronica to grindcore.
Wow.
And back and forth.
Wow, okay.
And some of the greatest drumming I have ever heard. Dude.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Clowncore. Awesome. It's ridiculous music there.
Clowncore.
The viral video was literally them playing in a Portaloo, so everyone's like, "What the fuck? This
Okay.
is ridiculous." But they're
Yeah.
actually insane musicians. So yeah, Clowncore, my friend.
Sweet. Speaking of drummers, have you heard Three Trapped Tigers?
No, three track.
Three Trapped Tigers.
Oh, three
Very
track.
good. The drummer, Three
Yeah.
Trapped Tigers. It's a three-piece. It's sort of it's like electronic, heavy electronic. It's like synths and guitar and drums. It's all instrumental, kind of a little bit mathcore, like really
Mm.
cool polyrhythms and stuff like that. Um, they remind me of another band, but I can't remember what the other band's name is right now. But write that down. Just have a listen. If you're talking about
Yeah,
good
yeah.
drummers, like that guy is an absolute boss. Three Trapped Tigers. You'll dig it, man.
Now, hey, do you
Yeah.
want me to put like a little clown honk over the word acid, or do you actually want me to take out that whole bit? Because you said tripping a whole bunch. So if you actually want me to take any reference
Oh
out of it,
yeah. I guess I've got a film clip where I'm actually taking acid and gone to the Ecker, haven't
I
I?
don't
So
think anyone gives a shit, mate. You're not a cop. You're not the
no,
army.
no.
Relax.
Yeah, yeah. No, whatever. Yeah.
Now, given that today, obviously, the music world has just been losing its mind about Glastonbury and Bob Dylan and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, we
Oh
need
yeah.
to get some. We need to get some clicks. So I'm going to need a political hot take from you. I'll count you in three, two, one. Controversy. Jack, you're not doing it.
Controversy.
Say something. Say something mean
It's
about.
that's what I mean. Well, I'd say it's a highly complicated issue, and people are way too reductive to think that it's black and
Right?
white. And yeah, it's
What I
people
do
with
love.
absolutely no understanding about the politics and the history of it are putting way too much of their own ideas into it, and believing a lot of what they see on the internet. Are like, oh, well, it says that, so it must be true. And it's like,
It
mate, there's so much
goes.
more going on than what you know. So yeah,
And
well,
we
I try not
really.
to get too political because I don't know
Yeah.
too much about it, and I wish other people would take the same.
Me neither. And I'm looking at it going,
Yeah, yeah,
it's like these people who are like telling Rage Against the Machine to stay out of politics. Like, is it really newsworthy that a like left wing artist played lefty music festival, said some lefty stuff?
yeah, fully. Yeah. That's
Who gives
crazy,
a
man.
fuck?
Yeah, absolutely
Oh,
nuts, man. Yeah.
mate, lastly, before we go,
Mm.
nice and quick, because I have another interview in about 9 minutes. What plans do
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to
cool.
follow up mixtape?
So at the moment, we're on a slight hiatus for two reasons. One was that Crispy had a newborn
Mm-hmm.
at the end of last year, which put us on a little bit of a hold. So we thought this year we'll take a little bit of a break. We've written a new single which we were planning on recording this year, so that may
Mm-hmm.
still happen. But then Crispy, it's all about Crispy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Then Crispy was actually in a head-on collision car crash like a month ago with his kid in the car. Not his fault. Somebody crashed into him
Yeah.
head on. They're both fine, but he's got a fuck neck, and he's taking the guy to court and all this sort of stuff. So there's all this stuff that's going on behind the scenes. We didn't know if we'd actually be able to play this show because it happened like after the show was
Mm-hmm.
booked, and his neck was pretty fucked. So he's going to have to take it really easy at the show, especially if he's going to go to court. And if there's any footage of him out there whipping his hair around, they'll be like, "Oh, it can't be that bad." But it is. He actually has been in a lot of pain. He's taking the guy to court, so he's like, I can play the show, but I'm going to have to just stand there, and I'll perform with my face and with my hands, but
Yeah.
I can't be the Crispy that we know. So you'll understand when you see him. You might be like, oh, what's up with Crispy? There's a lot less energy there. That's why, unfortunately. So that may have put us on the back step about recording the single as well. But possibly not. Like we're going to still try and get it done. And then 2026, we're going to start hitting it back hard again because his kid will be nearly a year old. It'll be a bit more chill. Hopefully his neck will be a bit better. And the plan is to get another album written and recorded, next year.
Yeah.
But no firm announcements yet. But there's definitely one track that's fully done, ready to record, ready to go, which we're just waiting to get in the studio and do. And we've got about another 4 tracks, which are sort of like on the boil, need lyrics, but I'm halfway there. And then our drummer is an absolute writing machine. He's fucking. If I say to him, "Hey, can you do like a 3.5 minute song that is Meshuggah and Kenny G?" Like 2 weeks later, he'll have a song written. That's that. It's fucking crazy. It's awesome. He almost like, because he studied music at uni, he can almost take it as an assignment. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good challenge," and he'll go and do it. It's fucking great. It's so good because us old fellas,
Oh,
like and he's young too. He's a young gun. He's like 26 or 27, so he's still got that energy and that fresh. He doesn't have kids. So
mm,
while we're like chugging away with our jobs and our kids, and by the time it's night time, you can do a
mm.
little bit of music and then you want to go to bed or watch Ted Lasso again. And he just seems to be just right music all the time. So it's fucking really good. So be prepared for his names to be on a lot of the music credits for the next album because he's an absolute gun. He wrote this sick 80s pop track. And he was like, "Oh, guys, check this out. I did this for uni and we recorded it with the vocalist stuff." And I was like, "Why isn't that an Osaka Punch track?" And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know that you guys would want to do an 80s pop song." I was like, "Do you even know us? Anything's game, mate. Anything's game. Once you like give us a track, Crispy will put his own little spin on it, and all of a sudden it's an Osaka track. So nothing's off the table. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of music coming still. But this year is a little bit of a chill because of babies and unfortunately because of car accidents as well. So nothing too exciting to report, I'm afraid.
All good, mate. Mate, I will be seeing you on Saturday. So, yeah, man,
Yeah,
let's
have we
do it.
got your name on the door yet?
Are you
Have we
fucking
got your
better?
name on the
No, no,
door or
I
top
think
gun?
I'm sorted. So,
Yeah.
all good, man.
Hey, you are?
Yeah,
Through,
yeah.
through
So,
the
all good.
Triffid or like
I'll be at the trip.
awesome.
Yeah.
Sick.
No worries, mate.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Yeah. All right, brother. Take care, mate. See ya.
Easy, mate. See ya.